Hello, strong people. Week 3, day 4 of the off-season work before the Arnold prep. And it's my event day. We actually have a carry today, meaning like farmers, frame, or yoke. And what's prescribed is farmers. Now, I don't believe, I wouldn't have done farmers yet on the channel, so this is pretty new. Now, I've done the wheelbarrow frame type of thing, but it is different, very different. Same principle, but it just feels different in the hands. I have no idea what we're going to work up to today. My farmers are not great, but that's why I have them. Honestly, I know I've said this for like 3 years now that I hate the farmers, and the reason why I hate them is because they're, the handles are slightly bigger. The farmers themselves they're very round. They're made of old like acetylene tanks with just some handles welded on. So they bounce off your thighs like crazy when you're moving with them. If you take fairly wide steps, which I don't really. So it's not too bad, but in general, it's just a hard set of farmers to use. And their front load, which is really not ideal, especially whenever you're carrying on grass and stuff. It's not great. I really do need to get a pair of top load. They just make your life so much easier. You don't need clips. You don't need to worry about the weights digging into the ground or anything like that. It's just, they're better all around. So I really need to invest in a set of those if I'm being completely honest. But we don't have them today, so we're going to have to use my farmers. Really no idea what I'm going to work up to. No idea. I hope you like my hair. This is called the Saturday Special, where you don't have to leave your house. So you wake up and whatever your hair looks like, it looks like when you go to the gym. That's all part of the fun of having a home gym. So I'm going to do my warm-up. Going to get the farmers out. Once again, I don't really know what I'm going to do. So once I'm warming up, I'll probably decide. It's most likely going to be just like a top set. And then I have some keg carry keg carries. So that's where I'll probably get the bulk of my work in. Just doing runs of those back and forth because the keg isn't super heavy. It's just an awkward thing to carry. Even though it has handles, it still can be a little bit funky. And that's mainly because the water like sloshing around inside, the weights being redistributed. Yeah, that. As you move around. So it makes it hard. But that's enough talk. Let's just go do it. All right. I'm going to call it there on farmers. I made the decision to go beltless. No real reason other than maybe work my core a little bit more. It felt good though. I was surprised at how good that felt. It was only $275 a hand, but it didn't. When you get near 300 pounds on those farmers, it's like everything feels like it's almost 25 pounds heavier than what it actually is. So, and I don't want to make excuses, but I have very small hands for super heavyweight. It's kind of for anybody, I guess. But it's a disadvantage when you have those, small hands. They can't just wrap as much around the equipment as, some of the people with bigger hands. But I make it work. My grip sucks for a long time. It's still not great. But it's come a long way recently. So I'm pretty happy that that 275 a hand down and back was no struggle. I probably could have done 300 if I wanted to, and it wouldn't have been much different, but weeks 1 through 3 are still kind of a sub-maximal effort for moving events. Next weekend, I don't really know what I'm going to do, because Friday I'll be out of town, Saturday I'll be out of town. I don't know what time we're leaving Friday, but I might have to wake up and get an early morning session in for my moving event day that day. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's a little warm out right now compared to what it has been, so the ground is a little bit thawed, and that is making just generally moving with anything in your hands hard, because you can't see. I mean, I could show you, but it might not come up on camera very well. But the ground, you can see where I'm stepping. Like, I'm leaving big footprints in the soft grass mud out there. So it's definitely a lot harder than if I was on like concrete or like a nice turf. So it's definitely challenging me. It's not like that was, so easy where I couldn't get some work in with it. I'm happy with that. That's good. I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than I'm pretty happy with how that felt. So, I don't think there is a grip event at the Arnold, unless you make it to the finals. I know there's Denny Stones. I'm trying to think. Either way, at the Olympic City Strongest or Olympic City Pro-Am, I know there's a 350 per hand farmers there for 50 feet. So I will have to, build up that grip strength, because I've never done 350 a hand. I've done like 320, 330 as part of a medley for nationals last year, and that didn't go so well. I made it like it was like 290 into 330. I did 290, fine, that was whatever. And it was 40 feet down, 40 feet back for both implements. So 40 feet down, 40 feet back with 290. And then supposed to be 40 feet down with 330, and then 40 feet back. I got almost the full 40 length in the first on 330. And I need to be better than that. That's not going to cut it whenever I'm, if I'm competing at Pro-Am levels and competing, not just showing up, I should be able to do 350 a hand, no problem. So I'm guessing we'll have some work to do there, but there's always some sort of work to do during prep, so that's not surprising. And every time there's a grip event, usually that's where I'm putting a lot of my work in. So moving on, I'm going to do some keg runs. I might just do, I'm liking the every minute on the minute stuff, especially with the keg like this where it's not too heavy. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So I don't know how much I'll record of it, but I might need my phone to time it, but we'll see. I might do like a run or two without the clock, just to, just for some more lifting content for you guys. That way I'm not just, blabbering into the camera here. But let's go pick up some kegs. Well, I didn't record the kegs. No reason. I just wanted to get it done. And I did the emo them right away because I already warm. So it wasn't like it was a lot. It was just a few sets, just down, back, minute rest. As fast as I could. I wasn't like trying to. The keg's pretty light, so it was just as quick as I could get them done pretty much. And I've been sitting here a while to try to catch my breath. I look great. So the video is going to be pretty boring. It's like a 20-second run of farmers and then me talking for like probably 10 minutes. But it's more about the principle of just keeping up with the videos, showing that it's not, not every training session has a ton of stuff going into it, especially during the off season. I am just glad that it is an off season right now. I know some of my buddies are prepping for a show here in a few weeks. that I'll be volunteering at, and I'm glad I'm not prepping for it because it's just this time of year gets so busy. The holidays and stuff. I'm just always moving around doing different stuff. So I'm glad that I have some time. I don't want to say, time off because I'm still doing my 4 training days a week, and it's nice to take a little step back here and there because next year is going to be big, and I'm going to be in competition prep the entire year. At least if all goes well, I should be prepping. I'll prep after this, in 3 more weeks? So yeah, this is the end of week 3. So 4, 5, 6, and then I'll be in prep for March. And then from March, I'll be prepping for regionals in June. Maybe my coach's show. I think it's like a week before regionals, though. So I don't know if that'd be smart. If it's a week before, and if it's 2 weeks before and the events are similar, I don't know. I really wanted to do it, but it's unlikely just because of when it is in the year. So, but we'll be, from March, we'll be prepping for 2 shows in March. Then we'll go into June prep. And then July, August, September. September is nationals. So if I qualify for nationals, I'll go straight into prep for that probably. Maybe a brief break in there. And then after nationals, and somewhere in there, I'm going to be prepping for like the OSG qualifiers because I think personally I'm going to need to prep for those. As much prep as I can get just because they announce them and you have so many days to do it or a month or whatever it is. So you don't really have a good time to get a lot of prep in, but you can at least get a feel for the events. And it's usually some sort of moving event, a deadlift and a press. So deadlift and press, I'll hopefully be pretty prepared for. The moving one or grip or whatever it might be, I might need some work, but we'll see when the time comes. And I wanted to do an OSG regional qualifier, but I didn't know they were already announced. There's one in January. Can't get to that one. I'll be at a wedding for another one. And another one is the same weekend as Nationals. So there's one more regional show. It's in Texas, and they haven't announced a date for it. So it's unlikely that one will happen. So I'm going to have to do everything I can for that online qualifier leading into usually I think it closes the end of August. So I'll probably be doing that at the same time I'm doing prep for Nationals, as long as I get invited, earn my invite. So then after Nationals, I'll hopefully be prepping for OSG. So pretty busy year if everything goes to plan. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that might not go to plan there, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. So I'm going to sign off. I'll see you guys Monday because we have some heavy stuff next week. I looked ahead. We have a 3-rep max on incline axle bench and then a 1-rep max 18-inch deadlift. My shoulder is still a little wonky picking up stuff like deadlifts. Just in that position. I don't know what it is exactly. So we'll see what I get to up on that 1-rep max. I don't really even know what to expect. It's been a long time since I've done an 18-inch deadlift. So I'm excited to find out. But until then, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.